While quota alcoholic beverage licenses are bought and sold like real estate, there isn't nearly as much information available about these liquor license transactions. This podcast breaks down the elements needed to transfer a liquor license from one party to another in the state of Florida. Buyer. One of the most important parts of the transaction is identifying a viable buyer. Fortunately, quota liquor licenses can be relatively easy to move on the open market. There is no eBay or Amazon for liquor licenses, but there is a group of attorneys and consultants that frequently work on these transactions. Asset Purchase Agreement. A contract is needed to establish the terms by which the license will be transferred from the seller to the buyer. This document will state the responsibilities of each party, specific timelines, and the payment deadlines. Importantly, the buyer will need to transfer an earnest money deposit upon entering into this agreement. Escrow Agent. A third party is needed to hold the deposit funds until the transaction is closed. A lawyer will generally serve as the escrow and closing agent to ensure that the documents and money are properly transferred between the parties. Department of Revenue forms. An applicant for the transfer of a quota license must provide records of gross sales of alcoholic beverages for the 3 years immediately preceding the transfer. In lieu of providing the sales records, an applicant may elect to pay a general $5,000 fee. The buyer will need to provide signed copies of DOR Form DR 835 and also ABT's Department of Revenue clearance form in order to facilitate the license fee calculation process. Transferor's Affidavit. The Division of Alcoholic Beverages and Tobacco will not transfer the license unless the seller authorizes it with a notarized signature on this form. No lien affidavit. If appropriate, the buyer will sign a document confirming that the license will be free and clear of all liens, mortgages, encumbrances, claims, and demands as of the date of the closing. Bill of Sale. The bill of sale is the final document that transfers the ownership interest from one party to another. Closing Statement. The closing statement shows the financial details of the transaction, and it will include credits for deposit payments and certain prepaid licensing fees. Bank account. Wire transfers are usually faster, so go ahead and get your bank information together now. The key to a smooth liquor licensing process is working with a professional that can guide you through all of the necessary steps. Feel free to reach out to Glover Law as you consider whether and how to sell a liquor license in Florida.